Hey guys, I am Mansoor. Welcome to our YouTube channel, The Coders Bridge. Today we will be seeing about Adagrad Optimizer. So as we all know, we have covered what is stochasticated gradient descent, and mini batch stochasticated gradient descent. So this will be our fourth optimizer, which is Adagrad. It's nothing but adaptive gradient descent. So in this Adagrad Optimizer, right, we will be seeing a new concept, which is a different learning rate with respect to time. So normally in all optimizers or in all neural networks, this will be our standard equation to how to select to find the new weights or to find the updated weights, which is nothing but W nu is equal to WL minus learning rate with respect to the loss of W with respect to loss of W weight, right? So instead of this learning rate, right, we will be changing this learning rate with respect to time. So when we are tweaking this formula with respect to time, it will be something looking like this. So let us first recreate our formula. So we'll keep it as WT itself. WT is equal to WT minus 1, which is this is the new T in the sense which is the present one. T minus 1 is the old one, right? T minus 1 minus K dash with respect to T, derivative of loss with respect to derivative of W of T minus 1. Okay, so this will be the new updation equation to calculate the weight. So in this thing, this KT is nothing but this is like a learning rate. This will be learning rate with respect to time. Okay, this learning rate will be changing for each and every iteration. So as we are able to see it here, right, iteration 1, iteration 2, and iteration 3. So for example, we have a simple neural network over here, right? So when we want to change this weight of this W3, what we will be finding the loss function. So when the loss is high, we will be finding the loss. When the loss is high, we will be back propagating, right? In back propagation only the weights will be updating. So back propagation will be happening from this y dash to this C, and this, from this layer we will be back propagating here, and from here we will be back propagating here, right? So this blue color will be considered as iteration 1. So in this thing, for example, in first iteration we took learning rate as 0.05. Okay, so again we will do friend propagation. If we are back propagating, again we will be doing friend propagation. Again we will be calculating excuse me, again we will be calculating the loss. Okay, so in second iteration, right, so once we came here, again we computed the loss. The loss is again high, so again we need to traverse back. So this green color denotes the iteration number 2. In this iteration number 2, we'll take this 0.07 as our learning rate. So like this, for each and every iteration change, right, we will be, so in our before optimizers, right, Adam, sorry, not Adam, what is that, gradient descent, stochasticated gradient descent, mini batch stochasticated gradient descent. So in all those we saw, right, we are taking a constant how to say, um, a learning rate or a same learning rate, but here we will be considering the learning rate each different learning rate for each and every iteration. Okay, so because of this learning rate is getting changed, right, so there will be some change in our formula also. So how we will be changing this is, so let us first write the formula over here. We'll consider this k with respect to t something like this: initial k value divided by root of alpha with respect to t plus epsilon. This epsilon is nothing but a constant. Okay, this alpha value will get increased when our k value increases. Now what this alpha means, this alpha is nothing but alpha with respect to t is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to time t derivative of loss with respect to derivative of w of I. So this I will be coming over here and the whole square. Okay, so now when you see, right, so this what is this, this epsilon is nothing but it's a normal constant. Okay, so when we are doing the square root and finding the square of it, the value will become more smaller, right? That's why we are using a constant value to not make that value as 0. Okay, but we have one disadvantage. So actually, when we square this value, for just consider we have some number 2. Okay, when we are doing this square and again we are finding the square root, this number will become smaller. So when we are dividing a smaller number with a bigger number, for example, this k value is what? Just consider our k value is 0.2. So here we have 0 point, right? So we'll compute this itself. K is something 0.02. Okay, and our this, what is this, alpha t value, which is something around 2, we'll consider this as 2. Okay, we are doing square of 2, right? Square of 2, what is 2 square? 1.414 something, right? 1.414. And we'll consider this epsilon value. Sorry, not epsilon, what is this? Yeah, epsilon is equal to, we'll consider it as 0.5. So we will be adding this 0.5. So now what it will happen, now the value is 0.02 divided by 1.914, which is more or less equal to 2, right? So when we just solve this it again, now 0.02 divided by 2, I'm putting the approximate value. Okay, so when we are dividing the bigger number, sorry, when we are dividing a smaller number by using bigger number, the value will be very, very less. That means, so the motive to calculate is when this epsilon, sorry, alpha t value gets increased. When this alpha t value gets increased, right? This k dash with respect to t will decrease, because when we divide the bigger number with smaller number, obviously the value will be small. Correct. So we need to find this for this k dash, right? So when alpha t increases, this alpha t is nothing but the loss function. Okay, the loss with respect to time. When this value increases, our learning rate um, generally decreases. Okay, this is our motive to change the learning rates. Okay, and we have how to say, we have one advantage also with this. So normally what happened when we are using a different learning rate with respect to time, right? So we are using each and every not each and every, for every iteration we are using different learning rates. Okay, so when we use this, right, like our learning rate will not, how to say, at the end. So this is our global minima, so our motive is to reach our global minima, right? So our learning rate, sorry, our data points reaching the global minima will be easier, or we can also say it will be very quick. Okay, and we have one more disadvantage. Sorry, that was advantage and this is a disadvantage. So as we are, where our formula, so as we are doing the square and finding the square root, so here we are finding the square, here we are finding the square root, right? So by using this, what happens, this alpha t value, right, this alpha t value will be, so normally if you can see, initially our k value was 2, sorry, 0.02. Okay, but our alpha value is 2, which is 10 times or 100 times greater than this value. Okay, that's why the advantage is it will reach the global minima very easily, but our alpha value will be get increased because of doing the square and finding the square root. Okay, these are the advantages of ADAGRAD and disadvantages of ADAGRAD. So I hope like you guys understand what is ADAGRAD and why we are using different iteration. So how this formula will be changed with respect to k dash, and in k dash what we will be using, we will be using some value which is called as what is this, alpha and epsilon. Epsilon is nothing but a constant value, and alpha is nothing but derivative of loss with respect to weight. The weight value will be considered the time value, Okay, and as I told, epsilon is a constant one, so we will be finding the square root and we will be dividing with the original learning rate. Then we will be finding the new learning rate. This learning rate will be calculated over the next iteration. So initially k1 t1, just consider k1 t1 will be the first iteration. So again we will be computing this value k1 t2. So this value will be for second iteration, and it keeps on going till the nth iteration. Okay, hope you guys understand what is a Daggerhead optimizer. So if you like this video, please hit a like button and share our video with our friends. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Until then, tata, bye bye.